Hey, hi, I'm Mona, and if you're here, you found Kaleidoscope Dreams Tarot. It's time for another reading. Yeah. So today we have the Wild Unknown Tarot, and then the Elements of Fire deck by Bicycle. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. Hope everybody's doing okay. Just going to get a general energy card to start out with. I already pre-shuffled these, okay? General energy for today's reading. Ooh, judgment. Right? So there's being judgment placed on something, right? Obviously. Right? Judgment. Right? They're judging you, you're judging them, someone is judging. Right? Now, in the reverse, there's no judgments being made here. So something has not either been started or something just is not going as planned or something. It's just not being judged, right? Now, I would like to say that we all judge, all right? Anyone who says that they don't judge is being dishonest because we have to judge on a daily basis for normal everyday life stuff, okay? So we all judge. I'm a judger, you're a judger, we're all judgers. So, you know, we have to. It's for our own safety. It's for our own knowledge, right? I just want to make that clear. When somebody says that they're not judgmental or they don't judge, that's kind of being dishonest. And then you can kind of tell in your gut a little bit about that person. That would be you using your intuition, okay? All right. So we do have judgment going on here on what's going, what's taking place, right? Now, as I look at that picture, though, you see this bird flying up towards the light, flying away from the darkness. So there could be, something that's good and something that's bad that we have to judge, right? Or somebody has to judge, right? So let's go ahead and we're going to get 5 cards to start out here. 5 cards to start out here. If you're a returning subscriber, well, welcome back. I hope everything's good. If you're new here, I hope that everything's good for you also. Obviously, you're here to find something out. You may or may not, though, because, some of these readings, they resonate and some of them don't. If they don't, I suggest you click off and find one that might. But I don't suggest you being watching tarot all day, though. It's not healthy for you. It's not good for you. You have better things to do, like getting out into nature, right? Doing something to make you happy. Doing something to take your mind off of what brought you here. Because you don't want to be stuck here. Hoping that, your person misses you or this is going on. That's kind of unhealthy thinking. And that's not something that you want to be stuck in, right? Because over here, we don't care about that other person that hurt you. We don't care. What we care about is getting you better. Getting you to stop thinking about that person. Stop being depressed. Cancel out that anxiety. Whatever you got going on, you shouldn't be feeling that way. You should be feeling better. You should be feeling joy and happiness in your life. That's what I try to do here anyways. Okay? If you like the way I read, you can subscribe, like, comment, and share. But, that's up to you too. Either way, I'll still be here tomorrow. I put out 1 reading a day. That's enough. Right? Not for myself, really, but I do it for you guys. And plus, if you don't use it, you lose it, right? I enjoy doing it, and I enjoy helping people. Okay? So we got 2 cards that came out. We'll put this one here, and we'll see what this one is. All right. Well, this one is the 10 of Pentacles. This is a great card because it fell out. This is 10 of Pentacles upright, right? This is Judgment upright or reverse because I pulled it. Or if it's at the bottom of the deck, it's upright or reverse. it's all about 50-50 here and 50-50 here. But when it comes out on its own, it's 100% upright. So we have 10 of Pentacles upright, and that's great. This is about longevity. This is about, stability, balance, all the good stuff that you can think of in regards to earthly energy, right? And Earth represents Pentacles. So, it could be financial security too. Maybe something is judged in your favor and you get financial security. Either way, these are good cards, but I'm going to put that back. Okay. And then we're going to look at the bottom of the deck. This card is a 50-50 card. And this is the 9 of Wands. Okay. Now, the 9 of Wands is all about, you've been through some battles, but you made it through. They like to call this card like the Wounded Warrior card. You made it through still. You're wounded, but you did it, right? It took a lot of work. Whatever you're doing took a lot of work, but you still got fight left in you. You're like the person that never gives up. Never give up. Yeah, good. That's good for you. We should all be that. Unfortunately, a lot of people, when they go through failures, a failure, they're like, oh, I can't do it, and then they give up. That's, if you fail, failing is important, to be quite honest with you. Failing is about, you getting back up and figuring it out. Right? That's how we learn, through failure. If there was no failure ever happening to anyone, we would never learn anything. So we have someone here that's a never giver-upper, right? You don't want to give up. You want to keep fighting for whatever you are fighting for, right? Could be anything. Now, in the reverse, this is somebody who does give up. So we have some people out there, and this is normal. Unless one day they feel like, I can't stand it anymore and I got to get up and fight again, right? Because in the reverse, somebody's like, you know what, I've been through so much, I don't really want to get involved, I don't want to do this no more. Giver-upper. It's like a person, you fail once and you give up. At least try a couple times. At least see what your options are. Don't just give up. That shows your character too. People will judge you as being a giver-upper. Like I told you, people judge. Everyone judges. But some people judge others as someone who never gives up. And that's good. That's a good way to be. And even if you do try 3 or 4 times or however many times and you still can't get it, that's okay too. Then at that point, you give up. But maybe it's not really giving up, because maybe you're altering whatever it is that you're working on or working with. Okay? Maybe you weren't finding the mistake here, or you weren't understanding something. But if you look more deeper into it, you might realize, oh, I've been doing it the wrong way. I got to do it this way. And then you succeed. If you keep trying, you never give up, eventually you will succeed at something in regards to whatever you're dealing with. You just got to stay positive. That's all. Stay positive. Especially if you're doing something that's good, that's righteous, it helps people, whatever, right? Yeah. What helps yourself, your family, your friends, whatever it is, right? So let's go ahead and find out what we got here. We got 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. First card that came out is the 4 of Wands. Okay, soulmate energy. Now this could be soulmate. It could be friends. It could be romantic. It could be family. It could be a celebration of, gatherings, something like that. It's also a card of realization, understanding, right? Enlightenment. You figured something out. Right? That's if you're not dealing with anyone. Okay? Even though I said a romantic relationship, friends, family, whatever, there's a lot of people out there that ain't dealing with none of that. And if that's the case, that means that you particularly have been enlightened to something. You are a fighter who has been enlightened to something, and you are making judgment on the situation, right? Yeah. Okay. Ooh. You know what is so crazy? You know, I wear bifocals, right? I wear glasses, and I kind of looked over here, and I wanted to look up there to see what is that number, right? So I could tell you guys, and I swear to you, I saw 777 on there. That's what it looks like, 777 at a distance. 777 is a lucky number. You might want to look that up. Somebody might resonate with it. That's what I saw at the moment. I'm still seeing it right now, but if I get a little closer, oh, it's a 3. And that's 3 of Pentacles. And that's collaborating with others. Right? You may be working or collaborating with others to help you get the job done. Right? Whatever's going on, whatever has to be taken care of, you are collaborating with others so something can be completed, so something can be done, so a judgment can be made, right? Yeah. And then we have the 8 of Cups. And we all know that the 8 of Cups is about walking away, right? Well, not everybody knows, but I will tell you if you don't. The 8 of Cups is about walking away. Now, all these cups you can see in this picture, these cups are all broken, right? Can you see that? Yeah. Right? So all of these cups are broken right here. So something was broken, trust, faith, friendship. Something was broken here, and somebody had to walk away from it. All right? If it's lying, cheating, stealing, or any of that stuff, right? It's okay to walk away from that. If you stick around that, I mean, it looks at that situation already broke you up, broke someone up, right? Got broke. It's not trustworthy, whatever, right? So it's a good idea to walk away from stuff like that. You know? Especially if there can be harm to you, or if somebody is getting out of control and acting crazy or something. It's better walk away from them. Because you don't know what they're going to do. You have to make your own judgment in that case. Wow, this person's acting crazy. Do I want to argue with this person, or should I walk away? You should walk away. It's not worth your anxiety or stress or even, you know, somebody... They could be trying to get your emotions out of whack because they don't have theirs under control. Or it could be a plan to make you act a certain way, acting unhinged. And if that's the case and you kind of feel your blood boiling and you're just getting angry, walk away, walk away. It's not worth it. So it does look like somebody here does walk away. You made the right choice. Right? You judged the situation and you made the right choice. Okay? Now we have Father of Pentacles here. And the Father of Pentacles, that's the King of Pentacles, King of Coins, right? He's in the upright there, but this is the obstacle or advice. Somebody is worried whether or not they'll be able to make it to that point. Father of Pentacles. Father of Pentacles, very stable. But the thing about this, you know, Father or King, right? King of Pentacles. The thing about this guy is he's very generous and he's very kind. He's grounded and stable, right? This person could, oh, that's nice. This person could be somebody who donates to charities or helps people or something like that, right? This could be male or female energy. I'm just telling you the energy of the card and what it means. Because men and women can both be charitable. They could both be the types that want to help people. They could both be the types that are balanced and grounded and generous, right? Somebody's worried whether or not they can get to this point. But the advice here is, yes, you can. The advice is just be this person. And that's it. You know? Now, if you're thinking about that in terms of finances, well, that's a different story a little bit. If you have the finances already, okay, good. If you don't, My suggestion in that case is to try to build up your finances before you start like passing, you know, giving things away or donating or what. I learned that lesson the hard way. I had a little bit of money and I felt sorry for a bunch of people, started handing out money to people I felt bad for, and you know, it kind of bit me in the behind, but I recovered from that. And yeah, you know, take care of yourself first, and then later on you can figure out how you can contribute to, you know, the charities or to the community or to whoever it is you're dealing with, right? Take care of yourself first and then figure out how you can help others, right? Okay. So with the upright, you know, being here, and this is obstacle or advice, you're thinking, can I do this? Yes, you can. You know, you might be worried that you can't be this type of person, but you can after you take care of yourself first, right? Take care of yourself first. And then eventually you can figure out how to help others. Because the King of Pentacles, even the Queen of Pentacles, those are both very generous people. These are the type of people that likes to help or give back to the earth, to the people on the earth, plants, animals, whatever, right? Anything that has to do with earth and everything on it, right? So the Father of Pentacles is a person that's like that. And if you're worried whether or not you can be that person, yes, you can. But take care of yourself first, okay? You guys saw Brian? That's how the camera angle is. I figured, it's okay. So we also, in the end here, we have the Son of Pentacles. And this is the Knight of Pentacles. And you know what? The Knight of Pentacles, we know, is the slowest moving knight in the deck, right? It takes a long time for you to get that message. So this is telling me that something's taking a while and not to worry, because eventually it will get to you. Now, the fortunate thing here is it's in the upright. Right? If it was in the reverse, that would be like false promises. It's not going to get done. It's not going to happen. But when it's in the upright, it's like, it will happen. Just be patient. Right? So if you're kind of that person like, I want it right now. Well, you gotta learn patience. And that's part of, you know, helping yourself first. Learning to be patient. That's a difficult thing for somebody who's, you know, who wants things right away. Right? It's just not going to happen like that. And, you know, it might feel like a sacrifice for you to have to wait, but we have to make sacrifices to succeed in life. Not just in this situation, but all kinds of other stuff too. We make sacrifices all the time, and we probably don't even realize it. That's where being grateful comes in, right? You're grateful for what you have. You're grateful about, you know, the time it took. Just be grateful about everything. Because soon you will see that things will work out in your favor. You just need patience. Kind of like, what is the card? Can't think of it offhand. It's the card, you know, Sagittarius's card. It's a major arcana. I can't think of it. It's not Judgment. It's, well, I guess I'm not supposed to say it because it's not out and I can't really think of the card. Okay? If I do, I'll bring it up. All right. Let's go ahead and find a little bit more about what's going on with this Four of Wands here, right? Four of Wands. Tell us about the Four of Wands. What is this card about? Oh. 1. Oh, 2, 3. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups. Now, this is about a new beginning, emotional beginning. Now, Cups, it can, you know, be anything, right? But it's something that kind of hits home, right? It's a new start. It's positive. It's emotional. Now, in the reverse, it's kind of like, this is somebody who can't really get it all together. Upset, angry, don't know how to fix something, don't know how. It's because most likely you need to go through some sort of healing process for yourself, and then you can move to the energy of the Ace of Cups upright. And I kind of feel like this is something where your emotions are not in check. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you do fly off the handle and get real angry and all that stuff, you know? Um, Maybe, you have a hard time walking away when somebody's acting crazy in your face, whatever, right? But you don't want to be in that energy. That's kind of like the person that you're dealing with, they're projecting their own personal energies into your aura. And you don't want to be like that, especially if you're like, whoa, this person is acting crazy, right? That's the point where you should be like, I'm okay and I'm going to walk away, right? But you might have been in the past somebody that wants to fight back. Don't do it. It's not worth your energy or your time or your stress, right? It's really not. They can go act crazy. You don't need to, okay? So then we have, look, I'm telling you the truth here. We have the Ace of Swords, the card of truth. Now, like I said, this could be a romantic relationship, but this could also be friends, family, whatever, something like that. It's any type of relationship, right? That's meant to be in your life to teach you something, whether it's good or bad. So right here, this is, you might meet somebody or you might figure something out about your emotions and how you should keep them in check, right? Now, like I said before, if you're not dealing with friends, family, or romantic relationship, this is you being enlightened to a situation. And that situation involves you and how you carry yourself or conduct yourself, right? Mm-hmm. We have the Two of Pentacles up right here, perfect card to get, and you used your intuition to figure that out. Okay, maybe it was here or another reader or something else, or maybe you went walking in the park. Maybe you decided, I'm gonna take a walk in the park, I'm gonna think about this, and then all of a sudden you get that epiphany, right? And that's the epiphany you could have gotten, and thinking, okay, I know what to do and what not to do. It takes a lot of time to let that type of thing sink in, though, right? Some people one day will, they acted one way, and then the next day, it doesn't mean that you're a whole new person. It takes time to gain control of your inner self, of those emotions that basically want to explode out, right? But it's usually like that because you have not healed from some certain particular thing that you've endured in your life. You have outbursts because of something that took place maybe in your younger years, your teenage years, even in your adult years. I mean, trauma can happen at any time, any given time. So, there might be something that you need to you need to face it, really, to figure it out. And then we have this Eight of Cups here in the reverse. There you have it. Eight of Cups, Eight of Cups. But this one is in the reverse. Now, the Eight of Cups in this deck, it's not the same as the tarot. It's not. You can combine them sometimes if you feel the need, if you know cartomancy. But you can't combine them as the same thing when you're reading separately. Okay, those are for the people who are trying to learn cartomancy. Okay? Because most likely you probably already know the regular tarot. I also try to teach you guys what these cards mean too. Okay? That way you can read for yourself anytime, even if you don't got cards. You can just go to the corner store, buy a deck of cards, and read for yourself. Right? Anyways, this Eight of Cups is also the Moon card. This doubles as the Moon card. And the Moon card represents what? Secrets and illusions. Yes. Now, if it's in the reverse, that means you figured it out. You know what the secrets and illusions are. You know what to do. So what are you going to do next? That's when that Ace of Cups comes in. And you're like, oh my gosh, it's a new start. I realized something, realization, right? and I'm going to go ahead and try to figure things out myself. This might even be a turning point for somebody, because maybe before you didn't know what to do, or you didn't know what things were. And this could be something like, oh my gosh, I figured it out. That epiphany. That's why you have this new start, because you finally figured it out. Yes, it was hard, but you did it, right? You know, hats off to you. That's a good job. Even if it's something small, because that's the beginning of the turning point of realization, illumination about things that are happening, and you be able to figure it out on your own, right? Because, I mean, I suggest that a lot, you know, to try to figure things out on your own. Because if you go ask family, friends, or even a therapist, they're going to tell you what's good for them. They're not going to tell you what's good for you. What's good for you is to decide how you're going to handle things and how can you get over something. If you watch a reading and something triggers you and you're like, and you get upset about it, then you need to look within yourself to figure out, why am I getting so pissed off? Why am I getting mad? It's because you got something going on deep down within that nobody knows except for you. Okay? So let's go ahead and we got the Three of Pentacles here. This is about collaborating with others, working with others. Now, I'm not saying that you should always be by yourself. No, if you need help doing something because you're by yourself and you can't do it alone, you know, sometimes we need help. And as simple as that. It's, you know, there's no problem in that. But a lot of people, when it comes to heartbreak and all that stuff, you know, they feel like they're alone and they need help, you know. It's okay to get help, you know. Just don't take everyone else's word as the final word. Make sure you look into it. You know, we got the internet. You can look anything up. You can look up anything. Somebody tells you something, look it up for yourself. Make sure whether or not it's true. Because some people, they talk out here like they know everything. And whatever they're telling you, it's wrong. It's like straight out wrong. That's what I'm saying. Some people will tell you true stuff and right stuff. But even so, look it up and make sure that what they're saying is true. Don't take anybody's word as final word. Look it up for yourself. You know? Let me get one more card. So this is about collaborating with others, and it's absolutely fine to do that. There you go, communication. Knight of Swords, this is about the truth. It might be harsh. It might be, you know, something you didn't want to hear, but at least it's the truth. So you might be going to consult somebody about something, and you're relaying truth back and forth. That could be it too. But this is also 50-50 card, so we also have someone out there who is not going to be telling the truth. All right? And that's like a for real thing. I used to remember people saying, oh, look me in the eye and tell me that. That means nothing. That means not, people can lie to your face. It's about using your intuition and knowing, right? Researching. Look it up for yourself. Make sure, right? All right. We like to leave this in the upright. Why? Because we like the truth. We like the truth, right? Okay. So there's that Four of Wands again, and it's in the upright. This is about realization. So you could have went to somebody to find out some information, and it was the truth. It brought you some sort of realization. It brought you some enlightenment to something or whatever you're dealing with. And it could be anything. So you could have went to a professional, right? Instead of just some random person that you meet or your neighbor or whatever. You went to a professional and found out the truth, which brought you enlightenment. Positive enlightenment, though, because it's in the upright. Okay? And then we have the Five of Swords reverse. This is the Liar card, but it's in the reverse, which means, oh, so the truth came out. So that's why you know. So this, you could be going to somebody who tells the truth, or a truth teller, or whatever. Somebody who is honest, right? Who gave you honest opinion, honest information about somebody lying, possibly. Okay. And then we have the Knight of Cups, which is about nice communication. This is about caring. This is about emotions. So whoever you're talking to could be telling you, hey, you know, well, that's not true. This is the truth. You know? But it's positive, though. Remember, we got that Four of Wands here. They're telling you the truth about something, and they're being kind about it. It's not like they're yelling at you or mad at you or anything. You know, you could be speaking to somebody who has a lot of compassion, or they're fair and just, whatever. You know what I mean? They're telling you the truth. They're being honest, and they're being kind. And it's the truth. Okay. But like I said before, be careful who you talk to, because if you're just talking to some random person out there, your neighbor who, you know, they didn't even finish high school or whatever, right? You're not going to get the truth. If anything, if you ask them, where did you get this information? Oh, I saw it online, or my friend told. Okay, well, it's not a reliable source. And that's when you need to turn around and look things up yourself. Okay. All right. So we have the Eight of Cups here. Definitely somebody walked away because there was something going on here. There was something trippy going on here. Something that they couldn't believe or didn't understand, and they didn't want to deal with these things. They walked away, right? Ooh, that's too much. We'll put these two back. And then we have 1, 2, 3. Let's see what these were. Oh my gosh. 44 could also be significant to someone. Master number 44. You can look that up. But we have the Four of Cups starting here, and this is about making an offer. Somebody might make somebody an offer. Now, it may or may not be accepted, but somebody's going to try and make an offer. But then look at that. We have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, this is Four of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, somebody's not going to accept some sort of offer. We also have Four of Pentacles in reverse, and somebody might be telling someone to just let this go, or just don't worry about it, or don't deal with it. Okay, so that's what those two cards mean. Now, whether, you know, it just depends on your situation, whether or not you should do this. I just saw the Seven of Pentacles, so that's a healing card, the Star card. You may need to heal from this situation. But at the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Cups. This is sad over the loss of a relationship. So somebody might actually find out that whatever relationship you're in, it wasn't a good one. It's not good. It's toxic. It's hurting you, right? You could be in a situation that's hurting you. And you may be sad over the loss of a relationship with somebody because you know they're not right. They're not good for you. You know, you need to get away from them, or you need to stop visiting or communicating with them, whatever the case, right? Somebody might be telling you you have to do that. And some of you might realize that you have to do that, and you don't care. You don't care about the relationship anymore. Because why? You figured out that somebody was lying, or they were lying, or there were some secrets and illusions, and you finally figured out the truth, right? Yeah. All right. We have the Nine of Wands in the reverse, and you know, this is another, you know, Wounded Warrior card. We started out the energy of the Wounded Warrior. This one is in the reverse, but this means that somebody doesn't want to fight anymore, right? And it could be because you found out the truth already, because over here you find out the truth. You walked away, or you stopped dealing with it, but you figured out the truth about something, right? Now, this is also the Sun card, and the Sun card, no matter which way you know, if you drew a picture of the sun on a piece of paper, no matter if you turn it upside or reverse, it's still round, it's still the sun, right? But when it's in the reverse here, it's telling me that you know something, but you don't know the whole thing. So it's kind of cloudy out, right? You can't see the sun fully because there's clouds out there, because there's something that you just don't understand or just don't know yet. Right? Yet. Now we have the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is like false promises, okay? When it's in the upright, it's going to take time, and eventually it will happen. But when it's in the reverse, this is somebody who makes false promises. Oh yeah, we're going to fix that. We're going to come in, we're going to do it up, or your car, whatever it is, right? And then they never do it. We're going to repair your house or whatever you got going on that's not doing good or not doing well. You get a worker to come out, or, oh, here's a good one. I don't know why it popped in my head, but it did. Some of these people out here selling shots to lose weight and all these things and pills, and when the real answer is don't eat fast food, work out on a daily basis, take care of your health, and eventually it will happen on its own. But people want things so quick. I want it right now. I want it right now. Didn't I mention that somewhere in the reading already? Oh, because of the Son of Pentacles here, right? Some people want things to happen right away. It's not going to happen. You still got to follow a diet plan. You still got to exercise. So it's like you're taking placebos to do what you were supposed to do anyways. Me, I'm allergic to all kinds of pharmaceuticals and all kinds of stuff like that. So I have to depend on my own strength and willpower to be healthy. And I do it. And it works. Some people think that those pills is a magic motivation pill. It's not. Don't waste your money. That's my advice. Try to be motivated to go work out every day and to dream about a future of health, good health. You know what I mean? Something like that. So somebody here's making a false promise to somebody, or made a false promise. Oh yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to fix it. And then they're not. They're lying. Right? Now we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and then wah, wah, wah. You're left out in the cold. Because you trusted or believed in this product, this person, this place, this thing. And in the end, it failed. And you're out in the cold. Maybe you spent a lot of money on it, or you tried to, you know what I mean? And it still never got done. You still didn't lose the weight. You still never fixed that thing. Your car still broke down. Whatever, right? False promises. And you are the one left out in the cold through your pocketbook. So be careful, you guys. Be careful of these scammers out here, right? And that's also why you might not be sad over the loss of this relationship. You might be sad over the loss of your money, but not the relationship with the person, because now you have placed judgment on somebody that they're not honest or good, People are really good talkers out here. They think that, I can be a certain way and I can be nice and this and that, and I can convince this person that I'm going to do everything to help them. And then they don't. So that's what I'm saying. You have to be careful with people out here and who you're dealing with, okay? We have Father of Pentacles here. Somebody worried, can I be this generous, kind person? Can I move forward financially and being stable and grounded and all that stuff? Can I do it? Oh, let's see. Yep, it's upright. We get two more. Oh. One more card for that Father of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This is telling me you're strong enough to do this, because that's also the Strength card, the card of Leo. And it's telling me that you are strong enough to do this, but some people won't be. And I kind of feel like those are the people who are like the giver-uppers. Like, I can't do this anymore. Well, if you only tried once, it's not like anymore. You only tried once, right? If you've done it 5 or 6 times, it's just not working for you, then, okay. Maybe I have to take a different route, or maybe I have to fix the product, or maybe I have to get a different company, or whatever, right? You gave a lot of chances before. And if it still didn't work out, then you need to switch up. Ready to keep this in the upright, because I see everybody out there as being strong. You are strong enough to do whatever it is you want to do, or whatever you want to accomplish. You can do it. You just have to. You have to have faith in yourself. You have to trust yourself. Right? All right. So wondering if you're going to be this stable person, you're going to take a leap of faith, or you can take a leap of faith for it, because, I mean, that's the obstacle, worried whether or not you can be this Father of Pentacles. But the advice is go ahead and proceed in being this Father of Pentacles. Right? Kind and generous and all that good stuff, right? Looks like you're going to take a leap of faith and do it, because the Joker is also the Fool card, right? We have the Nine of Cups in the reverse, and that's not about wish fulfillment. That's about selfishness and excess, right? And when it lines up with this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, that's telling me that somebody was trying to pull the wool over your eyes at some point, making false promises to you, but they were doing something in regards to selfishness and excess. And what else happened? You found out the truth about them. That's what it is. Look at that. You used your intuition. So I'm looking at every second card lined up. That's how I'm reading that to you. Selfishness and excess by somebody who gave you a false promise. You found out they were lying, and you used your intuition to figure it out. You see? You see how I did that? For all the ones that are out there learning. Okay. That's this final card. Three of Swords, yeah. And in the end, you're feeling a little heartbroken because maybe these were people that you could trust. Or maybe you're heartbroken because you lost a lot of money. Or maybe you feel heartbroken because, you know, they got you all up in your feels. You know? But like I've said before, you're not the only one who's been heartbroken, who's experienced bad things. You know, maybe your own particular story is, you know, particular to you. But a lot of us out here have been hurt, have been deceived and heartbroken. And the best thing to do is to just pick yourself up and move on. You know, I mean, it doesn't happen from one day to the next. It takes some time. But you can do it eventually. If you focus and you make a conscious effort to want to heal from whatever it is that hurt you or bothered you or ripped you off, right? It's going to take time, but you can get there if you make a conscious effort. You are strong enough to do this, right? In the beginning, you won't feel that way. In the beginning, you'll feel like weak and crying and upset and anxiety and depression. But most people will pull out of it because you have the strength to do so. Okay? So in the end, we have the Son of Pentacles, and this is about, that just fell into my hand. I'm going to put it back. 10 of Cups, that's the Wheel of Fortune, and the upright fell out on its own. So I do see that this Son of Pentacles, this is about waiting, or it's the slowest moving knight in the deck, which means you have to wait. You have to be patient. And in the end, you will get that card that fell into my hand, that 10 of Cups. Wheel of Fortune in the upright. Just need a little patience, right? Son of Pentacles. Look at you. King of Pentacles came out. Same here, Father of Pentacles. That's how you end up. King of Pentacles. You're worried, can I be this father? Yes, look. It's like double confirmation. You know what I mean? Yes. Now, this is a story. I'm not trying to blow anything up and tell you like, oh, this is your future. No. But if you do the right thing for yourself and you figure stuff out for yourself, you can end up here. No reading is set in stone. None of them. They might sound like they resonate, but you cannot rely on a reading to tell your future. You are in charge of your future because you could do something and it throws everything off. But if you think positively, you do proper things, you don't hurt anybody, you take care of yourself, you take care of others, you're nice, kind, whatever, right? Look at that. King of Pentacles. So you can get there. It's just going to take time with that Son of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. right? Nothing comes quickly and easily. This one was first. Yeah. And we have the Ten of Swords here, but it's in the reverse, which means you see, and because he's also looking that way at everything that took place in the past. See that? He is definitely going through some sort of healing process because he's got to let these knives fall out. Because somebody here realizes, dang, I got duped, or I got cheated on, I got lied to, I got stolen from, whatever, right? Reflecting on what happened, right? So eventually those knives are going to have to fall out. You're going to have to let them fall out and move on with life. Okay? And maybe if you learn something from, you go teach others. Oh my gosh, watch out for this person, watch out for that person. Yeah, and make sure you tell them, look it up if you don't believe me. Yeah. You know what? When I'm talking to somebody and they're trying to tell me something and they say, well, look it up. I'll look it up. That's somebody who's like trying to be honest and truthful. Like, yes, I know this for sure. Look it up. That means that they don't doubt what they say. But when they don't say that, oh, I know because my cousin's brother's nephew is, it's like, come on. I've heard that so many times traveling. Like, oh, is that where you got your information, right? Where'd you go to school? Oh, I went to school at Waytown High School. It's like, okay, okay. Three of Cups in the reverse. Third party situation, not dealing with it, right? Somebody here is not dealing with the third party situation. So that's what somebody's finding out something about someone. And they're realizing like, dang, that person hasn't been telling me the truth. They were never on my team. I shouldn't have believed them. Because you can't always blame someone like, you stabbed me in the back. Well, you should have realized that they were dishonest in the first place. But like I said, some people out here, we got good actors. So it's hard to tell, That's why it's like you always got to do your homework, always got to do your research, look things up, compare prices, whatever you got to do. Because there's always somebody out there trying to get a handle on somebody. Yeah, always trying to take advantage. Like, geez, so terrible. And again, we have the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You are strong enough to figure this out. If you're feeling like you're feeling weak and you don't know what to do, don't worry. That's in the past because the future shows that you can be strong. Right? What is that? Five of Wands. This is the card of addictions, codependencies. If you have that problem, you need to fix. That's the first thing that you need to fix in your life. None of this matters at all, whether it's wrong or right, if you have addictions or codependencies. Because this is what makes people say, I give up. This is the Devil card. It's about mental conflict with others. Did you see how it was peeking out? It's because someone out there, you have addictions that you need to fix. I'm not pointing my finger at anybody in particular, but that came out. And some people who do come here, even cross-watchers, you possibly have addictions and codependencies. Addicted to drugs, addicted to alcohol, addicted to shopping, sexual addiction, porn addiction, sugar highs, whatever. Energy drinks even. Those are so bad for you. The energy drinks, oh my gosh, they're so bad for you. But there's addictions and codependencies of some sort here. But you are strong enough to take care of that. You are strong enough to get through that. That's all you got to do. You can do this. You can succeed if you do one thing. And if it's the codependency thing and the devil thing, the one thing you need to do first and foremost is to conquer those addictions. And then you can do anything. You can do anything. If you conquer that first, you can do anything. Let's go ahead and get some stars. Why? Because you are a star and you can do anything. All right. I just grabbed some randoms. I don't know what they are. I try to grab them so I can't see the words. So let's see. Immature. You could have been dealing with a bunch of immature people. Not acting right. You know? It's like grown-ups with a child mentalities. You could have been dealing with people like that. Mean. Could have figured out that someone was just trying to be mean to you because they wanted to, because they're mean, because they don't like you for some reason or another. Because we all know that everyone judges. People are judgmental. You could be a really nice person and they judge you as a pushover. You could dress a certain way and they judge you by that. You know what I'm saying? Reject. Yeah, you walked away. You rejected something because you saw that they were giving you false promises. Plus, you were so unclear about the whole situation. You're just like, you know what? I think I'm not going to deal with this. It's like, if it's too good to be true, it probably is, right? Yes. Here's mean again. They were probably mad at you that you rejected them, and that's always going to happen. So be ready for somebody to be pissed off at you for saying, you know what, I don't need your services anymore, or I've decided not to use your services anymore. You can tell, like, people will get mad at that, but that's your choice. They shouldn't be mad at you because you don't want to deal with them. Maybe you found a better deal somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, people will be like that. What's the final one? Rude. Like I told you, they're going to get rude. They'll get rude with you. Right? Or you could, because I just happened to look over there, or you could figure out that somebody here was dealing with selfishness and excess. It broke your heart. And that's pretty darn rude. When somebody maliciously tries to go after you just because they don't like you. Stereotyping you, right? Yes, that's what it is. That's the word that comes to mind. Stereotyping. You might be real creative, or you might look a lot different than the people around you, and people will judge you. But you are a warrior, and you can handle it. You are strong, right? And this devil energy we saw, I don't know where it is anymore. That devil energy we saw could be the people around you. You don't need to communicate or associate with them. If they have addictions and all that stuff, you don't need them. There's better things to do than to go hang out with them. I can't hang out with people who are drinking or doing drugs. I can't, because we have nothing in common, you know? Anyways, that's all I have for you guys. If it resonated, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Also, keep it true love energy. Happy, friendly, loving types. We have nothing to fear as long as we stay calm and cheerful. I'm Mona, it's Kaleidoscope Dreams Tarot, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.